know if you ever seen videos of the guys that do this full time. Dude, they're so fast. Bang, bang, bang. I don't know how they do that. Practice, I guess. Just yesterday was the day, maybe the day before, where I came here and it started to feel like mine, you know, it started to feel like a gym. Come over here, look at these lights. Like if you look, I mean, obviously these ones here shine straight down, but if you look along the back, just the way that these lights shoot out to the side. The ones at the gym now, they're shit, because you look up at them and they blind you, but these, because they angle out, you can, you know, if you're on a bench press or doing an overhead press, you can look right at them and it's fine, but just the way that it kind of like cascades out and fills all the bays, I just think it looks so sick. And then the vertical beams are painted, but all the fire system, all the red, you know, it has some gray on it, some primer and black on it, but we're gonna paint all that red as well. So you'll have basically this like grid of red kind of accenting the black. And then along the back wall, we have those supports on the way up. We're just gonna do like a piece of pine probably to cover it. And then we can paint those red as well, which will probably look pretty sharp. So that back wall will be black and then red, red. And then it has red and black equipment. It really all should tie in real nice and look sweet. But you can't really, you can kind of see it a bit. So we haven't picked, you know, we're gonna do different lights in here than those. A bit of a more like industrial look, you know, chromes and different tones type of lighting, you know, lights that hang down and kind of look out. But this is the layout for the coffee shop. So you'll walk in, this will kind of be like your main like entrance area. You'll have the plexiglass with some advertising and you can kind of see, it'll be tinted but you can see into the room. And then this wall, this section here, this kind of L shape is the existing bar. So the existing coffee shop at the current location when we're trying to bring it over here, and that'll be facing the gym side. So you have that countertop about this high, and there'll be a wall here so you can see into the gym. And then here are your entrance doors. So you'll have that bar, check out, loops around, and then you have entrance and exit in between that wall and there, nice 3-foot gap. It worked out really well how it all laid out. And then you'll have a 16-foot wide countertop here. The new ice machine and sink will be on the other side of this. You can have like displays all here. And then this will be the new bar. I'm probably gonna frame this up this week. It'll be about this high, all the way down, about 30, 35 feet. And then phase one of the kitchen will have prep tables. The refrigerator where you guys grab your drinks will be down the end there. We'll also have one for food as well. That'll kind of finish that wall out. And then you'll have the kitchen area back there. So it's coming together really well. I was here with Jen last night, like I said, and I was just curious, like if this would be enough space, you know, like the bigger you make the bar recessed in, you know, the less space you have here. But she says this is plenty for what she has in mind for the cafe and everything. So that'll be sweet. Yo guys, you got drinks in here if you want drinks. Help yourself. Get on it, come outside, check this shit out. Gotta decide what color we're gonna paint these steps. These hopefully are temporary. I would really like to eventually knock that wall down and have like an area here and you could have seating and whatnot for the coffee shop rather than have it recessed like this. We'll be able to break up this concrete and come in and bring some fill and level this out. Maybe even putting a cement wall higher. So this is like its own little seating area. I think it'd be really sweet, but my buddy Nick and his boys, we had a blast the other day. He had his machine in here and he cleared all this out. So we're gonna lay down that black paper to stop weeds from coming and put stone and maybe some nice, you know, get some different bushes and plants and shit. Maybe like make this look sweet. But this came out really good. The week before we open, I'll probably rent a skid steer with one of those parking lot brushes and sweep all this, clean, you know, buff this parking lot so it's as clean as can be. Get that all over there. Jenny didn't hear well last night. There was a deer in the parking lot. That was pretty cool. Every night when I leave, there's a couple deer in the field, and they're all fucking around over there. I got within like 5 feet of it. I wish I had like a carrot. I would have fed it, and then it would have attacked me. But it's okay. The hold up with that last treatment room is this elevator. So we're gonna try to get this out of here this week. Our team, my landlord, just has to decide. Like, we could just tear it up and get it out of here and scrap it, but she wants to maybe use that. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's a sick elevator. She wants to use it in another one of her buildings. So if that's the case, we might have to hire somebody that could reassemble it and disassemble it with them. So that's the holdup. She's deciding if she wants to put up the money to go through with that or just get rid of it and scrap it. So that's the holdup on that. But once that's up, I can fill that with concrete, level it off, and then frame the last treatment room, and then just get those boarded and paid. It won't be much. Those are available. I'd like to rent out all three, at least 2 of those 3, so I could have one and outfit it myself, and part-time people could rent it, you know, by the appointment. But I'd love to have 2 specialists renting out the other 2 rooms full-time. Give me a holler. Give me a holler. I shouldn't even have to sell it, dude. If you're a fucking massage therapist or a physical therapist, you have constant flow of potential clients right here, all day, every day. We're all strength athletes. We're all fucked up. We could use your help, okay? So if you're looking for a place to practice out of, I can't think of a better place. I might be a little biased because it's mine, but shit, dude, if you're a personal trainer, if you're a strength coach, if you're a massage therapist, if you're a physical therapist, and you like working with athletes and general pop, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, please, comments below. What am I missing? What am I missing? You want a place to practice? You want a place to develop a business? You want to make some fucking money? You want to be a part of something, man? You want to be a part of something big? I don't know why you would want to practice anywhere else. So there's your sales pitch. You want to rent space out here? You want to become a part of this? I got 2 spaces available, either full-time or if you want to do part-time, or start part-time in the part-time room, build your clientele. It won't take long. I don't know, I only have 15 competitions here a year. You could set up a chair. All right, we're fucked. Anyway, let me finish. You could set up a chair during one of our events. Hey, 15-minute massage, you know, probably get a bunch of clients, probably get a bunch of leads. Who knows, Thursday night, Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday morning, you can just set up a chair and just boop, 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 new client, boop, new lead, boop, new client, boop, referral from that client. Oh, strength competition, bunch of beat up strength athletes and their families, set up a chair. If you can't get a full-time clientele here in 2 months, you're probably not any good, respectfully. So there you go, guys. You want in? You want in? Space available. I think. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me check. Holy fuck. You don't want to train here? You don't want to train your clients here? You don't want to train yourself here? All right, dude. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to say it here as I say it then. I love this stuff. So I used to do this. I used to be in trades. I used to have a real job before I owned the gym. I was useful. I had skills. I used to do all this cool stuff every day rather than just, you know, count reps and get upset at people for not putting their weights back. I used to have a real job. So I love this atmosphere. I love being on a job site with a bunch of guys, just getting in some good work. Classic rock on the radio, 5, 6, 7 coffees deep, man, just putting in work. And I've had an absolute blast. And I'm just so grateful to have guys at the gym that also are in the construction space that are here just donating their time. Which is crazy. I mean, I'm gonna pay them, but none of them want money. They all just wanna be here, they all just wanna be a part of this, and they've been so helpful. So you have the guys that are actually skilled carpenters, but I also have 5 or 6 guys that just wanna come and help out, and that's so helpful to us, because we can be hanging board, teach them how to cut, loading, moving this, moving that, and it's just been a blast, honestly. I honestly don't want it to end, to be honest with you, but hopefully it will end in 2 weeks. So now you guys can kind of see the walls a bit. They're doing the lights in the locker rooms and recovery rooms this week. So then we'll come in and do the board in there. The ceilings are all painted, which looks really nice. Over here will be your stones. Much bigger stone platform, so we'll have basically like a huge descending setup. Like a fucking 60-inch, maybe 56, 52, 48, 44, then the 4-foot table. And then we can have the other existing one coming down, so you'll have this like pyramid. Imagine like head-to-heads maybe. I don't know if it's gonna work out size-wise, but imagine if you could have like a head-to-head where you would have the two 60s, and then 256s, 252s, then down to the 48 all the way across, so you could have like a head-to-head coming down, meeting in the middle. I don't know, gotta have dreams. But my intention would be to eventually be able to take over this space back here. I was originally gonna kind of take a bit of this as well. I ended up kind of downsizing a bit, but you know, we could eventually grow into this space, which would be such a cool spot just to have a ton of equipment, a ton of selectorized equipment, maybe all those booty machines, you know? You can't have those in the middle of the floor. That's like PG-13, rated R, you know, ladies and babies, we gotta have you girls back here in some privacy, you know, using that equipment. So this would be a great place to do it down the road. But in the meantime, before that point, I kind of been flirting with RT, being like, hey, you know, let me paint this. I'll get all this clean, all black to match that floor, which would have to be done regardless of what business comes in here. But in the meantime, imagine like 2 or 3 batting cages, 2 or 3 golf sim setups. You know, we could rent it hourly. That'd be a nice way to kind of, you know, make use of the space, have a little bit of income coming in, nothing crazy. But how sick would that be? You know, you could come lift. I wouldn't leave. I'd be back here cranking balls all day with a batting cage. Or I remember when I had that ambassador opportunity with Lululemon, and when it all started, they had all the new ambassadors all meet at Top Golf, and I hadn't swung a golf club in years. And when I did, I probably swung a golf club 20 times in my life. And I realized when I was fucking around, I watched the video. I mean, it felt so bad, but I can't rotate at all. And I was watching the video, it looked like I was gonna fall over. So, you know, how do you get better? You practice, get yourself your own setup. That'd be cool. This pipe here is actually for the water fountain. So we'll probably put the water fountain.
Gonna find the grade.
Give a young teenage boy a credit card? What am I out of my fucking mind? The answer is yes. This will be where that water fountain goes, either here or maybe here. So that's what that pipe's for. We're gonna have plenty of water. We'll have hoses out there so Jackson can continue to detail cars. We'll have a hose set up out there, which would be sweet. I'd really like to rent this space to a metal worker. Any of you metal workers, any of you welders looking for a space, you got kind of little side projects, things you do, load and dock here, you can pull your projects in, and you know, I'd love to buy and sell old vintage equipment, just buy and sell gym equipment, you know, having an on-site welder, on-site metal worker would be amazing. I'll have my whole tool set up in there as well, you know, to be able to fix machines and everything. I think that'd be a really good fit, having a metal worker here renting space. That'd be sweet. All right, so this is starting to take shape. As you can see, this is your Olympic room, all right? So we're gonna have, and it's not just Olympic, but there'll be 5 platforms, all of which will have a squat rack. 2 of them will have a pull-up station, and the other 2 or 3 will just be squat stands. But all your bumpers will be in here for all your Olympic lifting, your Olympic classes, and we'll have logs in here and axles in here as well, so you guys can work on all of your static overhead lifts can happen in here. Classes, seminars, dude, I mean, come on, you can do anything. Come on this way. Excuse me, boys! And then here's the group room. 60 by 60. You know. Whenever Jen comes in, I just kind of watch her. You know, I just kind of watch her. I don't really say much. I want to see what she thinks. You know, she's obviously going to be, you know, supportive and excited, but I actually want to see it. I want to see. And when she came in here, she hadn't been since we built that wall, and she actually saw the room with the lights and the paint, you know, it was just really special for me just to see her just kind of look around and her eyes go wide, and I could just see her gears turning of all the things she wants to do in here. Her and Gabby, who's doing yoga at the spot now, ended up picking up a bunch of black lights so we could have, like, you know, with all the lighting in here, we can create a lot of energy, you know, with all the different colors and color themes of classes, but then also for yoga, you can kind of put some really soft lighting, and the black lights will make it look real chill in here and real nice. We're also really fortunate temperature-wise. You know, it's 20 degrees cooler in here. We've been exploring the vast units up top. You know, there's a beautiful outdoor area, like a 10,000 square foot patio on the 3rd floor that overlooks the water, and it has all these structures and walls all around it. That's gonna be a pavilion down the road, you know, so. Up there yesterday, I was thinking like a barbecue restaurant with margaritas, and then maybe like a tiki bar, and then you could have a setup to put the projector on the wall and watch movies. There's a salsa studio going in as well, so he'll probably have like dances up there and shit. But you know, when we're going throughout the building, it's just so hot and musty and muggy because it's an old mill. And then as soon as you come to our floor, it's like 20 degrees cooler. It's just so much nicer, which is great. We're gonna add some windows, so we'll have some airflow, and we also may add AC down the road. We were gonna do air conditioning for the coffee shop, obviously, potentially the group room, the recovery rooms, and the locker rooms, but she said we could just do AC throughout the whole building. It's easy to add in because all the ceilings are open, so we'll be able to regulate the temperature in here really nice, so we're all nice and comfortable. But I'm excited. Are you excited? Today's Sunday the 9th. We should have all this sheetrock done and the electric run and all this taped and ready for paint by the middle of the week, by Wednesday, the 12th, even Thursday, Friday, 13th, 14th. Once we get this painted and all the electrical run, as far as the gym is concerned, we're ready to start cleaning, painting those walls, which won't take long. I have paint guns. We'll get the tile floors done in there. And then we have a whole week to get ready to start moving things in. Should be able to start getting this place clean. I'm gonna get one of those like push behind, you know, buff all the concrete floors, just kind of clean everything, get this place smelling and looking sweet. Then I'll roll the turf out Monday, Tuesday, and start bringing mats over Thursday. Get all the small stuff moved in Thursday, Friday. Have all the help just running stuff back and forth. You don't need a truck to help out, guys. A lot of you guys are willing to help, which is huge. I think we're gonna have a lot of it. Even if you just have a car, you know, fill your trunk up with dumbbells, bands, all the small stuff, all the stuff from the office, all the clothes, all the apparel. Thursday, Friday, just have you guys running the stuff back and forth while I'm laying out all the rubber flooring with the guys. Any of the small pieces, like the dumbbell sets and stuff we bring over, we can kind of place, but all the miscellaneous small stuff we'll put in the group room. Saturday, my dad's gonna bring a big van trailer. I'm gonna hire a couple guys to move all the big stuff. So all day Saturday, we're moving all the big stuff. As the big stuff comes, I'll be able to place it because the flooring will be all laid out. By the end of the day Saturday, all the big equipment and all the small equipment should be in these walls. And then we have all day Sunday to lay it out and get it ready to reopen the gym portion Monday the 24th. So that's the plan, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the interest. Thank you for the support. We'll be here, 717 School Street, if you want to come by and check it out. I posted a video of how to navigate the entrance on my story. Come through, have a walk around, take a look. I'd love to show you what we're working on. And that is all, guys. Catch up soon. Thank you very much.